Today's February 24th, 2021. It's been a couple years and a few months since I made my last video. And as you can see, I still have all of my stuff right here in my garage, not down in the barn where I had hoped it would be by this time. And I have accumulated more stuff. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to go down to the barn, give you an update. There's my barn. I know it looks a little different from the last video. And it's almost finished, 99.9% finished. Let's open it up. Wow, look, more stuff. The barn's not the only thing that looks different around here. This is totally different. I'll have more on that later. But for right now, I put a solar panel up there. And I've got lights up there with these little switches right here. There's lights inside here. There's lights inside there. Let's go up. There's a light switch right there. In case you were wondering, the light on the switch is so you know that the light's on. Yeah. The door. Not a lot of stuff up here. "3D printed." Here's my charge controller. MPPT. Battery condition LEDs. Solar. I don't know why it's flashing. And load. Load is the lights or anything you're running off of it. Off the battery. Anything you're running off the battery. My solar wire's coming in. Goes down to a fuse. Hey, stopped it from flashing. All right, let's hook the fuse back up. I don't know what the flashing light means, but so far so good. I've got an Optima battery, pretty good battery, not a deep cell, just a good Optima battery, and there it's flashing again. Maybe it's flashing because the battery's fully charged, I don't know. It's got good sunlight out there, but it maintains this battery well, runs these lights. I've left them on for days and it hasn't drained the battery, even with the cloudy weather that we have. Yeah, 3D printed. So I built this barn with a loft, and keeping with the traditional barn loft type of arrangement, I put a beam in. It's 3 2x6s screwed together. I think I use glue too. Anyways, it goes through the wall. And the thought behind this is to load things in here. I would secure a pulley to that beam, to those 3 2x6s, and use a rope to hoist things up here that are too big to carry up the ladder. Just got to fill it up now. Maybe I need to go out and buy more stuff. When I was converting the sheds to a barn, I was having a hard time finding a garage door. I wanted something secure, and looked like I was gonna end up paying, probably around $1,200 to $1,500 for one of these roll-up doors. It's not a conventional roll-up door like a garage door, a sectional garage door. This rolls up like you'd roll carpet. And it has a track all the way down the side, pretty secure. It'd be hard to break through this. Well, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law are planning on moving up here. And we were driving around looking at different areas. We drove by a house that had this garage door laying out in the front and for sale. The house was set back off the road, and we stood and got out, looked at it and stuff, and nobody came out. So we drove up their driveway. I mean, it's probably 100 yards up to the house. And when we got up there, the guy come out to see who was in his yard. Probably not a common occurrence for him. And I told him I was interested in that garage door, and asked him how much he wanted for it. He said, make me an offer. Well, I had been out looking at new garage doors, and I knew what these type of doors went for. So I was thinking, gee, I'd probably give the guy, $250 for it. It's rough, it's straight, no dents, no dings, paint's a little rough. But I told him, I said, gee, I don't know. He goes, $60. And I had to contain myself and act like, well, I didn't know if it was really worth it or not. But yeah, I'll give you the $60 for it. I promise I'll have more on this later. The contractor doing the work told me he pulled out 67 trees. I'll give you the lay of the land. There's my house up there. My garage over beside it. There's my camper trailer. My driveway comes down here. It makes pretty much a horseshoe bend right here, a U-turn. Right at the end of the edge of the bend is where I'm going to build a garage shop parking structure to put the camper trailer in. Get it out of the rain, the weather. My driveway goes down this way. And then I have a gate. I installed that gate myself. I'm real proud of it. And it goes up, turns to the right, and goes down alongside the house. Goes right down the side of the house and down to the street. We measured it once. It's over 1,000 feet long from the house down to the street. So since we live on a hill, this is really the only practical place to put my garage shop, RV parking structure, whatever you want to call it. Down here next to my barn. Down this way is where I burn all my brush and yard debris. You have to do that around here. You can't keep up with it if you don't. I give my neighbor all the big pieces of wood. He got all the trees that the contractor cut down. He loaded it on his trailer and hauled it down here to my neighbor. Well, not down here. He went down the driveway, down to the street and up the neighbor's driveway. But here's where I burn my stuff. All that wood came from that area up there. That's a lot of wood. I put that planter wall in last summer. We were having a heat wave. I couldn't think of anything better to do than get out in the hot sun. Yeah, I got a few things I got to do today. That's my driveway going down that way to the street. We have fires up here. And I need to cut that tree down right there. It's too close to the house. I don't know if I'll leave the little ones there or not. Probably take them out too. This other one that's over here, it's on the other side of the retaining wall down there, so I'll probably leave it. But this one's definitely too close to the house. I had to trim it back last year because it was growing up against the house. I don't know if I'll film that or not. I'll see. Okay, I decided to film it. I'm gonna film it with my GoPro. Probably won't have any audio. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is what it is. Well, that's done. I need to go check my battery on my camper. When I first bought this, I bought a solar panel. It included a charge controller, little Mickey Mouse charge controller that you plug into your cigarette lighter in your car. I guess the idea was that it'd keep a car battery charged up by being plugged into the cigarette lighter. Never tried that. I don't know if it works, but I wanted it to keep my battery charged on my camper. And it didn't work. The weather got to it, it rusted. So I tried one of those charge controllers like I have in my barn, and battery kept going dead. So I thought I would try something different. So I've got this little 3D printed box cover, and under it I've got a battery tender charge controller. Now I don't know if it's MPPT, which is multi-power point tracking, or if it's PWM, which is pulse width modulated. But I thought I'd give it a try. So I'm going to check it. It's hard doing this stuff one-handed, trying to aim or focus the camera, point the camera. Okay, so 13.6. Don't know if that's good or bad. Well, it runs the jack. It'll lift the front of the trailer up, so I guess it's doing a pretty good job of keeping it charged. Of course, it is nice and sunny, full sun. If this doesn't work, I'm going to get a bigger solar panel. This one is not that big. I think it's like 12 inches wide, maybe 20 inches long. Anyways, that's it for today.